Okay, hey, welcome to Inktology. My name is Joshua Lamb. I am an artist that is just right now we're working on a comic book challenge that my Discord is doing. Hold on, let me get this hair off of this microphone. Get off, dog hair. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, we do a lot of drawing every single day, every weekday, either 2 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on my work schedule. But it happens every single day. And yeah, if you like art, we're a great community that's non toxic and we enjoy just encouraging each other, developing our art, as well as creating really cool stuff. So yeah, if you're a beginner, you're an amateur, you're an intermediate, or you're a professional, definitely join in and give insight and have fun drawing. I Please like and subscribe to the channel. That'll definitely help me out, get more people to see this and have eyes on it, which will be fun. But yeah, and the Discord and my Instagram and everything is in the description below. But welcome. So let's get started. We've got about an hour and a half. We're going to try to finish up page 4 so I can start working on page 5 tomorrow and have this comic roughly done. I'll have to go into detail all this stuff later, but at least the basis of the inking process will be done. Garza. Welcome, Art Shack. What's shaking indeed, Art Shack? How's it going? How's your day? Both of y'all having a good one? Having fun drawing, doing some stuff? All right. So last night I was trying to draw, like replicate him doing this stuff. I had to figure out what I actually drew and get the proportions correct. Not an easy thing to do whenever you're kind of confused with what you're doing. But it turned out all right. So we're just going to continue to do this and finish it up, Oh, shaking some lead on paper. That sounds fun. Sounds like you're doing something pretty dope. Can't wait to see it. That's cool. Doing pencil work is always fun. I enjoy doing pencil drawings a lot. In fact, the Spider-Man and Batman one, I liked it as a pencil, but now that it's as ink, it's actually looking better. So it's always like a risky thing to like, am I going to throw ink on this, or is this going to stay a pencil drawing? Scary stuff, but usually turns out pretty good. A mocking shirt just but animation. I had one deck done back then, but this sculpture sibling character. Okay, Garza. I need context. Okay, so I'm just gonna ink on some things. The idea is that there is light being blasted from his front here, his blaster in his arm. Go with TIFF files. They're bigger and better, or JPEGs. PNGs are always more compressed, right? So I was working with, you probably saw on the last chat, a dude called Lost in Retro. He is an old friend from I worked with, and he has his own channel where he goes to these swap meets and garage sales and all these really cool places to find retro stuff. Hidden gems of the good old days. And I like his content. That's why I made his logo for them. But I wanted to talk about making logos and stuff like that, because I don't know if everybody knows that when you do logos and you do merchandise and you create an image, right? If you're doing it from hand drawn, of course, it's fully legal to be yours and stuff like that. But there's oftentimes you want to use, let's say, a template, which I used the template for his because, well, I didn't use a template for all of them, but if you use a template, you have the ability to use it, right, for self-promotion and stuff like that. But then when it goes into certain merchandising, sometimes if you didn't purchase it, have the rights to it, then it can go into like, well, might have some issues. I purchased these things, and I use some really good websites that give a lot of free use to it. But eventually, that kind of stuff you'll have to upgrade. And a lot of companies do that. They'll like use templates and whatnot for first, and then as they get larger, they will change. And that's important to note whenever you're working for clients, that there's nothing wrong with using templates, pre-made stuff, and then manipulating it a little bit. But you also have to worry about, all kinds of other things like font and, things that would not get you in trouble, right? Even with music, you don't want to get, like my YouTube, like I have to choose copyrighted music to play in the background, so that way they don't flag me and say, oh, this is, not fair use. What's up, Randy? Welcome. Because everybody's trying to make a buck out here by suing each other, it seems like, which makes no sense, but, you also don't want to be stealing people's art and using it. But if you pay for it, then, that's the way it is. That's how like Shutterstock and all these other ones that we use kind of work. But as an artist, you want to create your own, right? You want to create something unique and to your own style. I use templates for clients usually, commercial use templates, because it just saves a lot of time. If another creator has created it and they're selling it for you to use, then that makes them money, and it helps me as a creator get clients work out there. So just keep that in mind when you're creating things. Utilize the internet, but just always be careful. Just want to state that just because. I don't want you guys to always think that I'm creating everything straight from scratch. That's just not how I do things. If it's art like this, obviously you're seeing me create it. But I don't like graphic design. It's not my thingamabob. Not my fun thing. How are you doing today, Randy? Having fun? Doing some art? Getting those face mastering skills in? Those heads will help you a lot. They're going to help me a lot, that's for sure. Yeah, well, David Finch is a fantastic artist, one who is far more talented in the comic book sphere of drawing than I am, that's for sure. So can't really compete with that dude. You know what I mean? Like that guy is seriously talented. But he's been doing it for quite some time as well. Doodling, that's the way to do it. Enjoy the art. Never make it a job, you know, unless the job pays really well. Why is my quality of my videos sucky? 480. Why is it at 480? Give me my 1080. 60 frames per second. Good grief, guys. All right, so let's separate this. Let's go up here, finish off his outfit. I know, right? Me too. If I could find that talent chalice, I would drink from it as well. And jump straight to like drawing like, you know, some of these masters out there. But then again, it's kind of like, you know what, I kind of look at it as upgrading, like in a video game where like you work really hard to grind and get all these like tools and skills, and you have to like really work at it to get higher levels. Like Final Fantasy, you have to work so hard to like be able to beat certain bosses and certain hidden, you know, hidden areas of the game. You don't have to do these things. You definitely don't. You can go straight to like the story mode and just, you know, let that level you up as it is. But if you just go off and spend an hour grinding on your own to beat some of these other things, you get extra weapons and extra like cool things like that. I kind of find it like that as for art. You work really hard to learn the skills to get accomplished, but you can go further and learn other things that will just like benefit you greatly. So it's kind of like I started studying oil painting and stuff and trying that out because I wanted to see how they got these smooth skin tones and how they got colors. And because I studied that, I got a lot more better. I got better information for my inking. And you know, I'm always learning and growing. I'm not the greatest artist. I get that. I understand that. But I'm a good artist to me because I enjoy my art. I enjoy learning and growing. Um, there's David Cho. He has a YouTube channel, and people probably know him from getting rich off of the Facebook stocks and being an artist for them, you know. But he has a really funny show because it's really artsy. It's really in your face, brute, like honesty. He's like, well, you suck as an artist, right? Like you suck. Why do you suck? Because you you don't enjoy doing your art. You know, like you think it's gonna be all this way, but then it can be anything. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then when you come to agreement to that, then you don't suck. Because I'm not judging, you know, you're not judging your art that way. And that's important, you know. You don't like oil painting. You just rather spill paint. I get it. It's very artsy of you. Anywho, so yeah. Question is, how do I do this? My brush is starting to finally wear down a little bit. I was gonna go see the movie The Bestest, of course, Garza. Yeah, I mean, honestly, most of us artists are not happy where we're at, and I don't know if that'll ever leave you. You know what I mean? Like, because once you gain another skill, you'll probably be getting be wanting desiring another one and another one. Because it's like right now, I think my skill, if I was going to rate my skill level, okay, and I'm going to be very bluntly honest, and then we're going to, let's say let's go to a fourth grader who's just doing, let's say stick figure is the basic, right? 0. Not even 0. That's like a 2 actually. Some people can't even draw stick figures. I don't understand that. But let's say that's a 1 or a 2, right? That's the lowest grade of being able to translate what you see in your head over onto paper. And then you have 100 being, no, let's not do 100. That's too far. Let's do 10. And 10 being who's like a phenomenal artist, like the best that's just outside somebody who does like realism, right? Like super realistic. I would say Alex Ross is a pretty good guy. He does like those oil paintings of these superheroes and they look super classic of whatever. I think Alex, because he mixes oil with features and shadows and color, and he kind of portrays emotions really well and everything. So I think, yeah, we can go, let's just say that's what it is. Hey, Lost. Welcome. From 1 to 10, Alex Ross being 10, and a kid who's drawing stick figures being a 1, I think I would be around 6. And the reason why is because even though this isn't a 6, this could be placed probably in a 3 or 4. I'd say a 6 because it's because I know my capabilities. If I sat down and actually spent time and used references and did all these kind of things. Hey, Frosty, welcome. Emilio, welcome. If I did that, I know I can do all these different genres. But where I would place myself not at a 10 like Alex is because I don't know color very well, and I don't know oil painting. And then I also still have issues with form. There's a lot of form issues and cloth issues, right? That I could do much faster and easier. So I'd have to deduct a lot of those things because to be a master, you kind of have to know exactly. Well, you don't always have to know, but it's kind of like proportions come easier, colors come easier, and all these shadows and lighting and remembering all these things are just because you've done it so much, right? So, I mean, I think that's how I would consider it. I'm not saying that's how you should consider what a master is. Not even if it's in that, being a master is not important, honestly. It's really not. It doesn't get you anywhere. It's like getting a degree, like in art. It's like, well, if your art still isn't what the client wants, then they're not going to hire you. It's not like not that you're a bad artist. It's just you went your own route, right? I love Da Vinci. Da Vinci's great, but he's different though because he did inventions and stuff. Like he's not all about the art. Some of his drawings are very basic and bland. Of course, he constructed a lot of great stuff because he's an artist, but he's also an inventor. He's also like a madman in a sense. So I would say Michelangelo is he's like the pinnacle of amazing. Yeah. Emily says hi. Oh, he went dancing. Oh. Impressive. Yeah, I agree with the Art Shack. Yeah, because those guys were absurdly talented. If I could do anything like Michelangelo, the Sistine Chapel, you know what? If I could do a sculpture out of marble and create fabric and all that stuff, I would lose my mind. I'd be so proud of myself. I'd high five myself every morning when I wake up. Yeah, good job, Josh. Hey, John, welcome. I mean, those guys are just insanely talented. I'm sorry. They lived in a different time period, a different schooling, so they definitely got it from the amount of effort they put into it. But gee whiz, like gee whiz. That's all I gotta say. These brushes have these little hairs that mess up my stuff. Got a whole Dragon Ball Z blast going on here. Yeah, I agree with you, Randy. Um, I wish, you know what? Unless you're filthy rich, you can't really do that. I don't understand how they can do it. I'm jealous all the way through for sure. Because I would love, and I mean love it, if I could just like, if my kid wanted to learn art and just study art all day, I could be like, all right, we're going to Rome. You know, you're going to study with the master, right? That's what you're going to get. But you got to also learn all the other stuff too, you know. But you know, I think I honestly, I look back at my own childhood, and I think the reason why I couldn't sit there and draw anymore was because of lack of affirmation and encouragement. You know, like you know what? One thing I hate the most. And this is something I've always just cannot stand, is that when people say, "Oh, you have great art," you know, and they're just kind of bull crapping you. You know what I mean? Like they're just saying it because they can't do that style of art, but then do they really like it? No, they're just saying it because it's an appropriate thing to say, kind of thing. Like, I used to be in school and kids would walk over and look over my shoulder, and be like, "Oh, that's really cool." But then I ask them, "What do you think it is?" Like, "Oh, I don't know." It's like, well, if you don't know what it is, then it's lost. It's lost in being cool. Um, you know, false, false. I guess false encouragement is not very fun for me. My family did a lot of that, which I really just probably why I don't like it so much. It's because I'm like, what are you guys saying? Oh, you're good, but then you don't even know what I'm drawing. Like, what are you talking about? None of my family members watch my YouTube channel, um, which you know that's fine. It's fine. But they complained when I didn't do art and go to art school and stuff. And then now that I have a channel and I, you know, trying to build support on it, not a single one of them care. But actually, I probably don't want them to be on here because then I couldn't say certain things, you know. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, actually, it's probably better that they're not on here. Fails? What do you mean fails? Did I say fails? What did I say fail? Spam. Should I answer the spam? No, I hung up. Okay. Drawing small people like this is rough. Oh wait, what's his armor like? Okay. Yeah, it's a weird thing, Randy. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like, if my kid was drawing stuff, I'd want him to explain it to me, and I would love to have a copy. Like, I would scan it, um, and I would make like a book out of it, and so that way he can do whatever he wants, or take his original and give him the whatever, you know, without him knowing, because he might not ever know. But I'd be a part of that life. Like that's an artist's life is a cool life to be a part of. I follow all the personal artists that I know because I like following how they develop and how they talk. You know, Art Shack says calling a master now is different. Back then, it was about making something realistic art. Now you can be a master of making cartoons, manga. Yeah, that's very true. Art has changed a lot, and being a master, even the word, it's just different. But like Ghibli, he does these Japanese anime stuff that's kind of like, I would call him a master because not so much that his technique is masterful differently than other Japanese animators, but that he was able to put his emotions and stuff into his art so well that he had so many people. And maybe being a master is having people recognize your storytelling and your art within it, But that's a weird thing to talk about, because there's some people who are considered masters as in like people who have galleries, and I see their art and I'm like, man, I don't know if I could call you a master. I'm sorry. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it because you're not, but it looks, I hate being mean, like I hate to say this, but sometimes it's like finger painting to me. And I'm like, there are talented and cool designs out there, but when those designs are, I don't know. Sometimes I don't. I get abstract art, but sometimes it can be a little too much. How about that? Is that fair to say? Like, a little much. I'm a little bit of a jerk that way, but honestly, that's how I see it. I'm like, I don't understand some of that stuff. John, you said, is that what your family thinks? You did say fail. Okay, well, yeah, then maybe I mean, I'm trying to think of what I said I failed at. Josha. Well, Jusha's normal. I don't know who Jusha is. Fail. Trying to think of what I said about failure. My family didn't think I failed. Maybe. Oh, I know. Maybe it was like I was trying to say it was like they didn't go to school for it. So then maybe they thought I was not, an artist because they think that art needs to be at a college or something like that or a university. And then I work for Marvel or I work for Disney. That's like I'm not that, so I'm failing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who are interested in anime and stuff, and the reason why there's so many people who are so good at drawing it is because it's what do you call simplistic, but also there's no different faces. Have you noticed that? If you look at anime, the same face across the board for men, same face across the board for females usually. For kids, same face. So once you learn that face, you just have to do little tweaks to make it slightly different or add apparel. But if you look at any manga or any kind of Japanese anime, look at Dragon Ball Z. Goku has the same face as literally every other character, just different hair. You get it? So like that's why people can do it and do it so much of it is because it's pretty simple. It's like a pretty simple thing to learn. Once you've learned it, progressing in it's very simple. Not saying that it's bad art or anything. It's just it's not the same as learning like a real person's face and doing the structure and the wrinkles and all these kind of things because there's no most of the times there's no wrinkles or any kind of facial expressions that are very hyper detailed on anime. Very rarely. But that's what makes anime fun, is that you can kind of, you don't have to have all that stuff and it still tells a story. Mixed manga and Western, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. I ain't paying $1 million for a canvas that a girl threw a bucket at. I don't care who did it. I agree with you. I cannot support that at all. Yeah, I was just ready, Laura. It's a comic book I bought. It's because the dude that does the art drew Joker. Laura. I don't know who Laura is. I don't see a Laura in here. I don't know who Laura is, but yeah, I buy books because I like to support artists like that, like the Joker. What's that Joker book that came out? Laughing the last joke or something like that. And I love his face is like the cover of it. I love that one, and I've been trying to buy it, but I want to. I don't know. I get lazy about purchasing stuff sometimes. But I'm gonna go get the Watchmen. I want to get the Watchmen comic. I haven't got that just because I love the art. I love the story. To me, that's a value. But buying a bucket thrown at a canvas and someone going, "This means war in my soul," and it feels like when I was on the beach and then the moon shuddered in fear when I looked at it. Like some kind of weird thing that they do. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know if I see that, but okay. I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but darn it, there's got to be some class in this world still left. It's like an Archer, but for today. Yeah. Batman and Joker Deadly Duo. Oh, that sounds good. I don't think I even saw that one. Read that one. Rorschach. Oh, thanks, Megars. I like that. The Watchmen, I hear, is good. I don't know. I've never read. That's why I need to pick it up. But I read a couple pages and it seemed really politically intense. So I was like, oh, okay. I dig that kind of stuff. Dang, I gotta figure out how to do this shocking face. There we go. Okay, that works. Ambience Rateau by Mangaka was when I read the work in Shinichi Sakamoto. Also Naoki Urasawa. I think is good for Facebook. Oh, really? I'll have to check out those artists and those books then. Thank you, Ambience. That might be something to look into. Let me Google that stuff right now. Oh, John. Okay, I'll have to check that out because that sounds fun to read. Is that a graphic novel or just a comic book? One simple comic. Imagine it's a graphic novel size, thicker. Huh, look at this. This Naoki Urasawa. How did I butcher that name? Oh. Yeah, this is a little more expressions and stuff. It kind of reminds me of. Did he do that driving anime? What did he do? Let's see. Pineapple Army, Century Boys, Pluto, Astro Boy. No, he didn't do it. Did he do Astro Boy? No, didn't he? Anyway, whoa, okay. What a career. Holy oh, he did Go-Go 13. Oh, he was an assistant for it. Wow. Dang, he's got some serious resume. Oh, dang. Pluto. Interesting. I need to go to an anime convention. Oh, so it's only $1 to $7. Oh, nice. Okay, I'll go grab it. I have to go to the comic book store. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go today. I haven't been to one in a while. I need more imagination. I love supporting comics and stuff. Comic book store, small ones. Unfortunately, out here in where I'm at in California, like I'm a little too far from LA, so I have to go like in downtown LA. I might have to go tomorrow, so I might stop by um, this really cool Golden Apple comic book store, which is like they've got our mid city one. They have really good selection, and the comic book nerds there are the best. They know their stuff, and it makes me happy to be like, yes. I don't like going to comic book stores where there's like it's too commercialized. You know, you just have employees. No, I want someone who's like geeking out on the comics because they know stuff and they're willing to talk about it, you know, and really tell you what's up. That's the best. But that's why I like going to comic conventions and anime conventions because they have the best kind of people there. They're the people I want to be friends with, like all of them. I'm like just all of you guys, like every single one of you. Let's be friends. Because it's like, you know, it's rad. It's rad to have. The world is such a complex place, right? You know, like it's just so. Sometimes it's kind of boring, to tell you the truth. It bores me um, when you have to just play the rat race of life, you know? You have to be overly mature. You have to be overly conscious of responsibilities and stuff, and you can't just like sit back. I mean, you can go too far and be too kiddyish and geeky about this stuff too, and not have any responsibility and still live with your grandma in the basement. But you know, if you have a healthy respect for it, then you know it's a good. I like it. I like those kind of people. Pluto is a reimagining of a part of Astro Boy. Is it really? I didn't know that. I love Astro Boy. I used to have an Astro Boy T-shirt, and somehow I lost it. I'm so mad. I'm gonna have to get another one. Astro Boy's the best. No, you got 3 posters, Garza. Nice. Have any of you guys been to any conventions that you enjoy? And what were they? I would love to know. I'm trying to find out what his. He's got a neck brace. I totally forgot to put his neck brace in here. Darn it. Yeesh. Continuity sucks if you haven't planned out your character well enough that you understand what he wears. It's like the worst because then you're just having to look back at your stuff all the time. Uh, oh, it's Pluto is on Netflix? You're kidding me. Oh man, fantastic. I'm gonna have to watch it. That's great. I'm running out of shows to watch. Perfect. Thank you, Ambience. Super appreciate that. Yeah, well, Frozzy, I agree with you. They're not what they used to be. That is 100% for sure. Even in California, they're getting they're so not good compared to what they used to be before COVID. I think, or even like I would say like 10 years ago, they used to be like, oh man, there was just so much stuff going on and so much love for it. But these days, there's so many restrictions and weird stuff that kind of like make it really no fun. And then they don't bring in the artists anymore, like the big names. They bring in like smaller people, which is fine to give smaller people a voice, but darn it, I want to see these big name people. Uh, J5. Nice. 2006. Wow, that is a long time ago. Okay. The best one I experienced was I think before COVID. I went to an LA Comic Con. That was pretty dope. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I did go to a LARPing, I think was it anime or comic convention back in 2006 as well. I think somewhere around there. That was fun, but yeah, you're right. Not really much going on anymore, huh? They don't treat them the same. $50 for Superman or Atomic Bomb Mushroom. Oh. Yeah, it is elitism. That's the weird thing. You can't really make friends unless you subscribe to these kind of group settings and stuff. And then it's so like, I feel like I don't know. It could possibly be that the youth today don't understand it like the youth back in the day, like 20 years ago, right? Back in the day, because it was not cool to be geeky and nerdy, right? We were a select group of people we were like the outcasts of. We weren't even the outcasts. We were just not. We weren't the cool people. If you were a comic book fan, getting it for a guy is like getting a girlfriend was difficult, right? Because like, oh, you like comics, you like, kitty stuff or whatever, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden, it became cool, and now it's like, oh, you need to have some culture in the comic book sphere or the anime sphere to like. It's weird. I don't know. I can't figure it out. But then again, nobody was mentoring the youth of today to understand how to respect this kind of stuff. But I don't know. Maybe it's much deeper and psychological or different social aspect than I'm actually perceiving it to be. Hey, thanks, Ambience from Belgium. Hey, have a good one. I bet it's like late at night. But thank you for joining. I really appreciate the anime suggestions and info. I'm going to be checking that out for sure after this live stream. Yeah, being a gamer and a nerd today is kind of like, I don't know. In a way, back when I was younger, I wanted that to be the case, right? You kind of wanted to be a little bit popular. You wanted to be popular because you thought, oh, I want people to accept me. But now that I see what it did, I'm like, let's go back to the old days. Let me be the guy you don't want to talk to because, yeah, I didn't know the consequences were this. And the same goes for K-pop. That's another thing. Like, I've been Korean my whole life by default. And it was hard as hell to get anyone to talk to me or be the cool person because I'm Asian, And then all of a sudden, I'm older, it becomes the coolest thing on the planet to have a Korean, eat Korean barbecue, just to eat kimchi and to listen to K-pop and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, golly, I was born too early. But it all worked out for the best, actually. I got to experience the OG Nintendos and the first computers as a kid, so I wouldn't trade it for the world, actually. That kind of stuff is like before technology and the cell phone and the internet was around, we had to be creative and go play in the yard and use our imagination for, doing, having fun. That was the best. Truly the best. Okay, so we're almost done with page 4. Yeah, it did attract toxic people. Well, back in the day when you were an artist too, you got to remember, like, Like if I was to draw this kind of stuff back in the day, people would be like, "Whoa, crazy," and I would have a much more of ability to meet people and have people appreciate this kind of art. But today, everyone's an artist, you know, everyone is an artist, and it's like, whoa, how did it get so flooded? And it wasn't that it was flooded; it's that I think there's a lot more time for people to develop their art, which is great, but um, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like now there's less. I guess because of the internet, you can pick and choose your people that you want to follow and stuff. Um, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, though. I'll see what AI does to it. Maybe AI will reverse it all. The Mask, like the Mask with Jim Carrey. Is that what you're saying? Oh, Frozzy, yeah, for sure. I love the Mask as well. Cartoon. I didn't watch much of the cartoon, but I love Jim Carrey anyways. He's a great artist too. I want to meet Jim Carrey for his art. I like the way he portrays it. Now he's got a little bit of abstract stuff too, but it's great. You're almost John. You're almost done with the stick figure stage of drawing. Oh, they did, Frozzy? Yeah. Well, yeah, back in the day with cartoons, they had to. These days, they use just animation techniques to get the emotions in there by like replacing the mouth and stuff like that. Back in the day, you kind of made the whole movement and stuff because you had hand draw artists trying to do this stuff. They didn't rely on computers. This pencil is messing up my thoughts because it doesn't look like the character I wanted to have. Don Bluth art, those were the days, yeah. It has no soul. It sure doesn't. Sure does not have a soul, that's for sure. I haven't seen an animation in a long time that I felt like, wow, this was like really just, it felt good. Everything got 3D and it got weird. I mean, there's some stuff that's all right, but yeah. Even though Dragon Ball Z didn't have much movement in their facial expressions, it still had a lot of like storytelling and emotions that went into each character. Um, yeah, I'm not a fan of the iPad art. I keep saying that. Will you do? What will you do when the Y2K hits again? Oh, you'll be screwed. You know what I do? I did so much iPad that sometimes when I get off the iPad, I'll come over here and start drawing, and I'll start double tapping to try to erase, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Because I get used to like the simplicity of moving things and cutting things out and resizing it and all that stuff. It makes drawing 1,000 times easier for sure. But I love the iPad a lot actually, because what it allows me to do is not waste paper and actually work on design elements that I want to get flushed out real quick. But keeping it on paper is always good too. But then again, you have to store paper, and for me, I don't have much storage room for that much practice. the teachers were like, the industry standard always sounds like garbage to me. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Get a close up of this demon's face. This paper. I can't see your guys' messages. Hold on. They want a standardized artist to just recreate the same style so it's easy production. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's why I couldn't. That's why I said before I wouldn't work for some of these like Marvel and stuff. Maybe I would take it because it's kind of like a gold dream. But would I actually enjoy working there? A little bit different because I don't know if I would. Because I worked as a artist before, and the control that they want over your art is a little bit crappy. It's not really your art anymore. It's their art just replicated, like you said. It's like you just have to do their style, their art. You can't be really creative, and it kills your desire to do art eventually. And I eventually didn't want to do art anymore. So I was like, what's the point? Like, if I can't design my own characters, it's not my art. You're just taking the credit for my skills, like my skill set of recreating your art. Like, it's not fun. So, I mean, I hear that other comic book, maybe Dark Horse or Image Comics might be a little bit more lenient on letting you do your own style. But I'd have to verify that before jumping into a contract with them, I think I don't know. That's why I want to make this Ehud Bible story the way I want to do it, and then see if they'll pick it up. And if they pick it up, then sure, maybe I can get paid to do it. But I don't think I believe in myself well enough to think that they will actually want it. Am I zoomed in all the way? No, I'm not. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm always willing to test it out and get rejected. I think it's important to be rejected by your art so you can toughen up a little bit. I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see. Yeah, usually, top of businesses, they don't know anything. They see dollar bills, and the dollar bills sometimes are hit or miss because they're taking it off of like projects like, oh, this style did really good, so we should capitalize on this style. And if artists aren't doing it, then we shouldn't really give them the room to do different styles and stuff like that, which is like the weirdest thing to me, but. Yeah. That's how it is, though. That's the world we live in. I think that's why I want Inkology to be successful, and I'm pushing so hard for it, is because I want to allow a lot more freedom for artists at any level to create their content as long as it's somewhat tasteful, and then just like really encourage art in that way. Like, oh, but then again, like you have to figure out like who am I going to promote? If I am if a lot of people are submitting stuff, who do I promote more? But to have a platform of acceptance and understand that your art is unique to you, I think is super valuable to the artist. And I think if companies didn't care about the dollar so much, they could really help artists grow and give them resources for connecting with each other. Because I have a hard time connecting with other artists. Like, it's just hard to do it, you know? You guys are the only artists I really honestly keep in touch with, and that's because I have, well, a channel. But I think if I can create the Discord and create this YouTube channel to be something, and Inkology to be something, it would be to have you guys be able to feel comfortable to get in and go, hey, I have an idea. I have this superhero character who's made out of poop, but he goes around crapping on people. But his worst enemy is sanitizer. I don't know. And then you actually draw the thing up and ink it out, and then like we publish it, we push it out there, we market it a little bit, and we get it out there. That way you have something that's there. But then you can go in and meet other artists who have other things if you have difficulty with your comic, and it's a community. Like, I think that'd be pretty freaking dope. That looks good right there like that. This here. But, you know, like, I think it's important. I really do. It's the stuff that I wanted as a kid. I think that's what a lot of kids around the world want. They just want someone to go, wow, okay, you have an idea, let's do it. Let's not crush your freaking dreams because you're not skilled enough. Because I don't think the skills even matter anymore, right? Like we talked about, what does a master even mean anymore? So, like, as long as you've got a story to tell and you're... So, just put a shadow just to where you see the eyes. Like, darken all this in. Is that what you're saying? I can't do too much black because I'm putting black in certain areas because he's blasting. There's a light source here coming to his face, right? Not almost directly. I could probably put an undershadow under his eye, maybe more, because the light could be coming from below, I suppose. But then I put a shadow here. It's supposed to be from the front. I can put more here. It's all good. No, I appreciate the comment. You can see how it goes after I put in the details of the face. Okay, let's see. Let me pull this camera down a little bit. There we go. Golly. One more page after this, guys. One more page, and I'll be set free from this challenge for this month. And then I can finish that Spider-Man and Batman. Got to finish that by the end of the month too, which means I need to spend a whole entire day, but I don't have a day off for the next couple, like for a week, which sucks. Oh, as I was mentioning before with the Lost in Retro thing, we're going to team up a little bit to do some YouTube videos together as a retro, because then like I can go over there and do some of these swap meets and find some retro stuff to draw and collect, like comics and games and stuff. But also collect, get some cool collectibles. I like collecting action figures and you know retro things, just things. Um, but it'd be cool because if I can get some cool retro stuff, I can do some give outs here on my channel of it. I think a lot of us like that retro stuff, They, you know. Anything in the retro sphere is always fun. Oh, fun thing happened today. I was exercising or just stretching on ground, and I had this like red dot on my leg, and I was like, it's been there forever. It's been like a little blood dot, and I was scratching it, and I was like trying to see if I can just pop it if it was like just a blood clot or something. And I popped it, and a little bit of blood came out. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, but why is it still here? Why is this not healing right? I couldn't figure it out. And it's been there for like years, I think probably years or at least a year. I'm like figuring out what's wrong with my leg, and then I stretched my leg a little bit, and I pushed the little like a zit kind of style, and then this long needle came out. It was a thorn that was in my leg this entire time. I was like, oh, and then I remembered where I got it from. I ran through these cactus bushes once, trying to do a delivery or something, and it went through my pants, but I never thought of it. I just got a little blood spot after I just cut myself. Never thought that the needle was still in there, or the thorn was still in there. Dumb me. So if you ever have a little red dot on your leg or like a little spot, it could be a thorn just stuck there. Real weird and gross. Sorry to tell you guys that, but I thought it was quite amazing because I was like, all right, solved a big issue. Oh, you're finishing up the Tank Girl pick. Nice. We want to see it. We want to see it. Indeed. Thank you, Garza. I thought so too. It's cool. Gracias. Pretty demon looking. Tonight, I'm going to be doing some steak making. I haven't had a steak in a while. Tank Girl does rule. I loved that movie Tank Girl. I think it was. I don't know. I forget who played it, but super good. What do you do to get back into drawing again? The first time I found this channel, I drew once, and just just chatting. Does that mean that you're not drawing anymore? Is that what you're saying? Oh, drawing block. Oh, that's probably because you care too much about what you need to draw. Drawing should come freely from the mind. You should just literally honestly grab a pencil, force yourself to practice of picking up a pencil, a brush, or anything, and start with just shading the freaking paper, just doing whatever. You know what I mean? Like just don't even think. Don't think. I use drawing as a processing tool, not as an accomplishing an art piece tool. So like I do a lot of religion studies and studies on mythology and a lot of work on, like lately I've been just overwhelmed with the whole Canaanite, Israelite, and Christian studies of history and archaeology, that I have to sit there and like process how do I convey my thoughts to my fellow friends and stuff like that about what I believe or what I think they should know or things like that. And it gets overwhelming. So I'll pull out a piece of paper and just like put my hand to my head and just start doodling eyes and stuff like that. And eventually that thing will turn into something, right? I don't focus on creating a piece. The piece creates itself while I'm just processing in my mind what I'm thinking about. But the practice of it is oftentimes people get into their head too much about I want to draw Batman, but then should I draw it, or then should I do this? Well, I don't think I can do this very well. Maybe I can't draw the cape. Maybe I choose a different superhero, maybe like Spider-Man. But I'm not really good with muscle figures, you know. And then they think about it that way, and they get overwhelmed with it. I don't know how you think about it, but that's sometimes that's happened to me, you know. And then eventually I don't even draw anything. I just go, whoop, oh well. So I recommend you to use art as a processing tool, something that it's kind of like biting your fingers or something like that, or biting your nails or whatever, so like a bad habit kind of thing, but make it just drawing. Like who's going to be mad at you for having a bad habit for drawing, right? And just work on stuff. You know, right now when I'm on this stream, how about this? Every time I'm on this stream, pull out a piece of paper and design what I'm designing too, or design your version of what I'm drawing, right? Compete with yourself, you know, a little bit to go like, oh, you know what? Every time he draws, I'm going to draw. Because once you start the drawing process, then you're not going to stop. It's just getting started is the hard part, you know? Yeah, like, do you think I like this whole comic challenge thing? Do you think I really desired to do this? Like, I did in the essence of completing something, but really it's more like I need to train myself to be on the table. On the table every single day, working extremely hard to create something, whether I like it or not. Did these creatures come out the way I wanted them to? Did his outfit come out the way I wanted it to? Did this guy look the way I wanted it to? No, none of this did. But you just roll with it. You don't care as much. And I use it for, like I said, processing. I mean, on the live chat, I use it for a way to chat with you guys. Honestly, that's the truth right there. Like I don't think about like, oh, I need to impress you guys with this art or become somebody really or be a great teacher. No, I just think about like, oh, you know what? I get to chat with other artists, and meanwhile, hopefully they're drawing too. And if we can just talk about subjects that they like, I like, whatever. It doesn't really bother me. But as long as I got a pencil in my hand, it's productive because I'm learning. Like right now, I'm learning about light source on this demon, and it's helping me understand more about shading with this brush on this. So there's always a benefit. You just need to do it. You just need to pick up a pen and paper and and see what you enjoy, but don't have goals. Don't have goals that you will fail because you know you'll fail. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I mean, but you don't have to draw from your head right away. If you were going to go to college, they wouldn't make you draw from your head. They would tell you to be drawing an apple, you know, over and over and over and over and over again. Freedom doesn't exist there. No, thank you, Garza. Yeah, Randy, it's you know, that's the hard thing, is that being defeatist of your own progression is not very good. It's not helpful. It's not productive. Doesn't do any good by doing it. So don't do it. Just draw and suck at drawing if you have to suck at drawing. But just draw. Every time you make the attempt, and whether it looks like crap or not, you can always crumble it up and throw it away. But you've learned something in each stroke. I'm trying to figure out how big this guy's mouth is. Yeah, so just go for it. Have fun with it. Don't worry about it. Mistakes will always happen. You won't always be the best. So don't even have to stress on it. You know, art is my therapy too. Yeah, it's the best therapy you can get, and the cheapest. I even have a therapist. You know, well, I did have a therapist. He came on the channel a couple times actually. Very, very, very encouraging. He is. But he's a fantastic therapist. He helped me through a lot of my processing, of like how to deal with stuff. Fantastic. Therapists are super great. But when you don't have the money to pay for a therapist, which they are expensive, art is probably the next best thing, you know? Yeah, how long is y'all's drawing sessions each day? Good question, Randy. Very good question. I like that. Oh, Krusty. Were you here the whole time, Krusty? I try to dedicate 2 hours a day to drawing. That's my goal because I'm trying to achieve a pattern to where I cannot live without drawing a day every day. Because I feel a lot of my issue is that I feel like I wasted so much time not drawing due to fears and a lot of laziness too. There's laziness there. I think 2 hours isn't even enough either because sometimes you sit there and you get really into a drawing and then you're like, oh man, I want to finish this. And then you're like, oh, it's already been 3 hours, crud. If I don't go on with my life, I need to do things, I got stuff to do. I gotta do laundry, whatever. Yeah, hi, Krusty. I was like, wait, have you been in this chat the whole time? Okay, he's looking pretty solid. Takes me a while for a finished drawing since I have to erase a lot. Wish I had the time and energy to full day. Yeah, it takes me a long time too. You guys might think I draw a lot, but I look how long this has taken me. And then if you look at the Spider-Man, that was like 2 weeks already I put into that, and it's still not even fully fleshed out. But I only worked on that on the live stream mainly, so I guess that could be the reason. But on live streams, I'm on here for an hour and a half, so it's good productivity. Because otherwise, if I didn't have the live stream, I probably wouldn't draw as much. It's really hard to make time for that kind of stuff. So I understand how y'all feel. It's rough. I think I should draw every day. That's for sure. I have a lot to learn, a lot to practice, and a lot of things I want to. A lot of my imagination I want to like figure out. I've been like trying to develop my style a little bit better, trying to get forms a lot better, definitely with my faces and whatever. Let's see, how do we do this? Tripping out your cousin. Well, be careful. Yeah, between work and life, making time is difficult. That's true, Krusty. Yeah. That's why I try to find jobs that are not mental heavy, so that when I get home, I don't have to like it's not a job to draw because my brain's already been used up and everything. I feel like I take jobs a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more easy to jobs or waiting tables and stuff. There's something you don't have to worry about, but it's anything that you have to bring home as a work. It crushes my creativity, and that's why I don't work for creative jobs either, because they take all my freaking energy too. Yeah, well, Todd's fantastic. I've studied so much Todd. He used to draw Spawn and Witchblade from Images and what's his name, The Darkness, when that all came out. But Todd McFarlane is like, his stuff has got that really cool roughness to it that makes it fun to draw. Kind of looks like that's his hand doing this. I gotta. Put a crack in here or something. Thicken the bottom line. Separate the hand from this monster, that's for sure. There we go. That separates it a little bit. Maybe I can do a thicker black line here. There we go. That helps a little bit. All right, an hour and a half already. Yeah, finish it, Garza. So here I thought maybe I'll just add that nail, right? Because he's jumping, you gotta get the connection, the continuity and stuff, you know? Oh, nice. Well, thank you, Fozzie. I appreciate it. Got your pins in. Sweet. That must feel good. Let us know how you like them. What brand was it again? Found them on the porch this morning. Package was soaked. Had 2 new sketchbooks in it too. No. Why would they do that? Well, I'd get a refund, dude. Return it. Get that money back if they're damaged. Like, your dude screwed it over. Your packaging didn't protect my product that I purchased. Good luck with Emily, Garza. Very happy demon. It's the happiest demon ever. He just got let loose and free. Yeah, what type of pins are they, Krusty? I forget the brand that you chose. Oh, pin tool. Few brush pins. Okay. So is it like these here? Okay, nice. Can't wait to see what you do with them. You just sent a photo of it. Oh, very nice. What's that blue tip one? What's the blue cap? What does that one do? That much finer? I don't know Japanese, so. Don't buy from Timu. Yeah, I don't buy from Timu unless it's like something I don't care about, but I don't buy from them anyways. If it's that cheap and it's a Chinese product, can you imagine that? Like that's like, if it's cheap for China, just saying. But if you're buying Japanese, any Japanese product will always be of quality. Always. It's like their rule of life. That's why I respect those guys. New lead holders, nice. That's fun. Way to go. Looks like you got some good stuff. Okay. Garza, you can find my email on my Instagram. What do you say, Krusty? Sorry. Also got new LED holders, but the blue cap is extra fine. Ooh, maybe I'll try that out. Okay, guys, that's it. That is it for today. We did it. We freaking did it, eh? Huh, someone joined the Discord. Nice. Yeah, the Discord is where it's at. Oh, I gotta package up some stuff for my card game someone purchased. Darn it, I totally forgot to do that today. That's it for the page 4. Everybody, let me zoom out. Oh, whoops. Oops, that's even worse. Did a slanted line. Yuck. Oh well. That is life. All right. So I'm probably going to add speed lines here as if like the blast is going backwards kind of thing. We've got the guy getting ripped apart. He's got to say something right here. Yeah. And then the eye should go to here where he gets thrown against the wall. Probably have more blood splatter on the wall. Kind of like, you know, make it more three-dimensional kind of. And then blood here. Yeah, just more fun that way. Thanks. Appreciate the support, guys. Master Voice, thank you very much. And welcome to the channel. Glad to see you comment. Welcome, welcome. Did you just join the Discord? Was that you? Anyways, if you haven't joined the Discord, to share stuff, you can share on Discord, Garza. That's the best place because that's where we check up stuff all the time. The email, you can find it online, but I usually leave that for my Patreon people. That way it's more personalized, you know. But anyways, back to this. I gotta go eat. I'm hungry. Bad guy's trying to release him. He's about to get thrown away. He gets thrown away. This guy, the kid, cowboy, is blasting away at this creature, jumping the air, about to attack him. Probably do some speed lines there too. I don't know. And then, of course, the close-up of the demon's face coming up. Anyways, I'll see you guys. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Also, if you're a creative, go out and create. Don't let drawing blocks stop you. There's a lot of cool things that are on your mind and your imagination that only you can tell. So there you go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yes, see you guys tomorrow. Adios. Thanks for the chat.